What's up, y'all? This is actually super enjoyable. Not even gonna lie. Not that I make a habit of lying. Gotta rewire my language there. That's funny. Alright, we're on Leviticus 4. And I spent a long time listening to these kind of videos without actually busting out my book. So, I suggest not doing that. Anyways, let's get comfortable here. Shift it around. And Yahweh spoke to Moshe, saying, Speak to the children of Israel, saying, When a being sins by mistake against any of the commands of Yahweh, which are not to be done, and shall do any of them, if the anointed priest sins, bringing guilt on the people, then he shall bring to Yahweh for his sin which he has sinned a young bull, a perfect one, as a sin offering. And he shall bring the bull to the door of the tent of appointment before Yahweh, and shall lay his hand on the bull's head, and slay the bull before Yahweh. And the anointed priest shall take some of the bull's blood, and bring it to the tent of appointment. And the priest shall dip his finger in the blood, and sprinkle some of the blood 7 times before Yahweh, in front of the veil of the set apart place. And the priest shall put some of the blood on the horns of the slaughter place of sweet incense before Yahweh, which is in the tent of appointment, and pour all the blood of the bull at the base of the slaughter place of the ascending offering, which is at the door of the tent of appointment. Then he takes all the fat of the bull as the sin offering, the fat that covers the entrails, and all the fat which is on the entrails, and the 2 kidneys and the fat that is on them by the loins, and the appendage on the liver which he removes with the kidneys, as it was taken from the bull of the slaughtering of peace offerings, and the priest shall burn them on the slaughter place of the ascending offering. But the skin of the bull, and all its flesh, with its head and legs, its entrails and dung, all of the bull he shall bring outside the camp to a clean place, where the ashes are poured out, and burn it on wood with fire. Where the ashes are poured out, it is burned. And if the entire congregation of Israel strays by mistake, and the matter has been hidden from the eyes of the assembly, and they have done against any of the commands of Yahweh, which are not to be done, and shall be guilty, when the sin which they have sinned becomes known, then the assembly shall bring a young bull for the sin, and bring it before the tent of appointment. And the elders of the congregation shall lay their hands on the head of the bull before Yahweh, and the bull shall be slain before Yahweh. And the anointed priest shall bring some of the bull's blood to the tent of appointment, and the priest shall dip his finger in the blood, and sprinkle it 7 times before Yahweh in front of the veil, and put some of the blood on the horns of the slaughter place which is before Yahweh, which is in the tent of appointment, and pour all the blood at the base of the slaughter place of ascending offering, which is at the door of the tent of appointment. Then he takes all the fat from it, and shall burn it on the slaughter place. And he shall do with the bull as he did with the bull as a sin offering, so shall he do it. And the priest shall make atonement for them, and it shall be forgiven them. And he shall bring the bull outside the camp, and burn it as he burned the first bull. It is a sin offering for the assembly. When a ruler sins, and by mistake has done against any of the commands of Yahweh, his Elohim, which are not to be done, and shall be guilty, or if his sins which he has sinned is made known to him, then he shall bring as his offering a buck of the goats, a male, a perfect one. And he shall lay his hand on the head of the goat, and slay it at the place where they slay the ascending offering before Yahweh. It is a sin offering. And the priest shall take some of the blood of the sin offering with his finger, and shall put it on the horns of the slaughter place of ascending offering, and pour its blood at the base of the slaughter place of ascending offering, and burn all of its fat on the slaughter place like the fat of the slaughtering of the peace offerings. And the priest shall make atonement for him for his sin, and it shall be forgiven him. And if any being of the people of the land sins by mistake by doing against any of the commands of Yahweh which are not to be done, and shall be guilty, or if his sin which he has sinned shall be made known to him, And he shall bring as his offering a female goat, a perfect one, for his sin which he has sinned. And he shall lay his hand on the head of the sin offering, and slay the sin offering at the place of the ascending offering. And the priest shall take some of its blood with his finger, and shall put it on the horns of the slaughter place of ascending offering, and pour all the blood at the base of the slaughter place. Then remove all its fat, as fat is removed from the slaughtering of the peace offerings. And the priest shall burn it on the slaughter place for a sweet fragrance to Yahweh. And the priest shall make atonement for him, and it shall be forgiven him. It's probably an unflattering angle, but oh well. It says in a photo shoot, I guess. And the priest shall take some of the blood of the sin offering with his finger, and shall put it on the horns of the slaughter place of ascending offering, and pour all the blood at the base of the slaughter place. Then he removes all its fat, as the fat of the lamb is removed from the slaughtering of the peace offerings. And the priest shall burn it on the slaughter place according to the fire offerings to Yahweh. So the priest shall make atonement for his sin that he has sinned, and it shall be forgiven him. Leviticus 5. And when a being sins in that he has heard the voice of swearing, and is a witness, or has seen, or has known, but does not reveal it, he shall bear his crookedness. Or when a being touches any unclean matter, or the carcass of an unclean beast, or the carcass of unclean livestock, or the carcass of unclean creeping creatures, and it has been hidden from him, he is unclean and guilty. Or when he touches uncleanness of man, any of his uncleanness by which he is unclean and has been hidden from him, when he shall know it, then he shall be guilty. Or when a being swears, speaking rashly with his lips to do evil or to do good, whatever it is that a man swears rashly with an oath, and it has been hidden from him, then he shall know it, and he shall be guilty of one of these. And it shall be when he is guilty of one of these that he shall confess that in which he has sinned, and shall bring his guilt offering to Yahweh for his sin which he has sinned, a female from the flock, a lamb or a female goat as a sin offering, and the priest shall make atonement for him for his sin. And if he is unable to bring a lamb, then he shall bring to Yahweh, he who has sinned, two turtle doves or 2 young pigeons, one for a sin offering and the other for an ascending offering. And he shall bring them to the priest, who shall bring near that which is for the sin offering first, and nip off its head from its neck, but not sever it. And he shall sprinkle some of the blood of the sin offering on the side of the slaughter place, and the rest of the blood shall be drained out at the base of the slaughter place. It is a sin offering. Straighten up a little here. My apologies, y'all. I should have figured that out. He shall bring with the slaughtering of thanksgiving unleavened cakes mixed with oil, and unleavened thin cakes anointed with oil, or cakes of finely blended flour mixed with oil. Besides the cakes, he brings as his offering leavened bread, together with the slaughtering of thanksgiving of his peace offerings. And from it he shall bring 1 cake from each offering as a contribution to Yahweh. Oh, you know what? I think I skipped a page. I sure did. Sorry about that, y'all. Rewind. Skipped this page. Okay. Let me rephrase. I'll start over a little bit. Going back. And he shall sprinkle some of the blood of the sin offering on the side of the slaughter place, and the rest of the blood shall be drained out at the base of the slaughter place. It is a sin offering. And he shall prepare the second as an ascending offering according to the right ruling. And the priest shall make atonement for him, for his sin which he has sinned, and it shall be forgiven him. But if he is unable to bring 2 turtle doves or 2 young pigeons, then he who sinned shall bring for his offering 1/10 of an ephah of fine flour as a sin offering. He puts no oil on it, nor does he put any frankincense on it, for it is a sin offering. And he shall bring it to the priest, and the priest shall take his hand filled with it as a remembrance portion, and burn it on the slaughter place according to the offerings made by fire to Yahweh. It is a sin offering. And the priest shall make atonement for him, for his sin that he has sinned in any of these, and it shall be forgiven him. And it shall be the priest's like a grain offering. And Yahweh spoke to Moshe, saying, when a being commits a trespass, and has sinned by mistake against the set apart matters of Yahweh, then he shall bring to Yahweh as his guilt offering a ram, a perfect one, from the flock, with your valuation in shekels of silver, according to the shekel of the set apart place, as a guilt offering. And he shall make good for the sin that he has done against that which is set apart, and shall add 1/5 to it, and give it to the priest. And the priest shall make atonement for him with the ram of the guilt offering, and it shall be forgiven him. Excuse me. And when any being sins and has done what is not to be done against any of the commands of Yahweh, though he knew it not, he shall be guilty, and shall bear his crookedness. And he shall bring to the priest a ram, a perfect one, from the flock, with your valuation, as a guilt offering. And the priest shall make atonement for his mistake he committed unintentionally, though he did not know it, and it shall be forgiven him. It is a guilt offering. He was truly guilty before Yahweh. Leviticus 6. And Yahweh spoke to Moshe, saying, when any being sins and committed a trespass against Yahweh, and has lied to his neighbor about a deposit, or about a pledge, or about a robbery, or shall extort from his neighbor, or has found what was lost and has lied concerning it, or did swear falsely, so that he sinned in regard to any one of all these that a man does, then it shall be when he sins and shall be guilty, then he shall return what he took by robbery, or what he has extorted, or the deposit which was deposited with him, or the lost item which he found, or all that about which he swore falsely. He shall repay its total value, add 1/5 more to it, and give it to whom it belongs on the day of his guilt offering. Then he brings his guilt offering to Yahweh, a ram, a perfect one, from the flock, with your valuation as a guilt offering to the priest. And the priest shall make atonement for him before Yahweh, and he shall be forgiven for whatever he did that made him guilty. And Yahweh spoke to Moshe, saying, command Aaron and his... Wow, I'm literally sweating. It's actually hot in here. My apologies. Command Aaron and his sons, saying, this is the Torah of the ascending offering. This is the ascending offering, because it is burned on the slaughter place all night until morning. And the fire of the slaughter place is kept burning on it. And the priest shall put on his linen garment, and put his linen trousers on his body, and shall take up the ashes of the ascending offering which the fire has consumed on the slaughter place, and shall put them beside the slaughter place. And he shall take off his garments, and put on other garments, and shall bring the ashes outside the camp to a clean place. And the fire on the slaughter place is kept burning on it. It is not put out. And the priest shall burn wood on it every morning, and arrange the ascending offering on it, and shall burn on it the fat of the peace offerings. Fire is continually kept burning on the slaughter place. It is not put out. And this is the Torah of the grain offering. The sons of Aaron shall bring it near before Yahweh in front of the slaughter place, and shall take from it with his hand from the fine flour of the grain offering, and from its oil, and the frankincense which is on the grain offering, and shall burn it on the slaughter place for a sweet fragrance, as its remembrance portion to Yahweh. Then Aaron and his sons eat the rest of it. It is eaten with unleavened bread in the set apart place. They eat it in the courtyard of the tent of appointment. It is not baked with leaven. I have given it to them as their portion of my offerings made by fire. It is most set apart, like the sin offering and the guilt offering. All the males among the children of Aaron eat it, a law forever in your generations concerning the offerings made by fire to Yahweh. All that touches them is to be set apart. And Yahweh said to Moshe, saying, This is the offering of Aaron and his sons, which they bring near to Yahweh, beginning on the day when he is anointed. 1/10 of an ephah of fine flour as a daily grain offering, half of it in the morning and half of it in the evening. It is made on a griddle with oil. Bring it in mixed. Bring the baked portions of the grain offering near, a sweet fragrance to Yahweh. And the anointed priest from among his sons, who is in his place, prepares it, a law forever to Yahweh. All of it has to be burned, and every grain offering for the priest is completely burned. It is not eaten. And Yahweh spoke to Moshe, saying, Speak to Aaron and to his sons, saying, This is the Torah of the sin offering. In the place where the ascending offering is slain, the sin offering is slain before Yahweh. It is most set apart. The priest who is making atonement eats it. In the set apart place it is eaten, in the courtyard of the tent of appointment. All that touches its flesh is to be set apart. And when its blood is sprinkled on any garment, you wash that on which it was sprinkled. You wash that on which it was sprinkled in a set apart place. But the earthen vessel in which it is cooked is to be broken. And if it is cooked in a bronze pot, then it is scoured and rinsed in water. Every male among the priests eats it. It is most set apart. And no sin offering from which any of the blood is brought into the tent of appointment to make atonement in the set apart place is eaten. It is burned with fire. Leviticus 7. See that? Never mind. And this is the Torah of the guilt offering. It is most set apart. The guilt offering is slain in the place where they slay the ascending offering, and its blood is sprinkled on the slaughter place all around. Then he brings from it all its fat, the fat tail and the fat that covers the entrails, and the 2 kidneys and the fat that is on them by the loins, and the appendage on the liver which he removes with the kidneys. And the priest shall burn them on the slaughter place as an offering made by fire to Yahweh. It is a guilt offering. Every male among the priests eats it. It is eaten in the set apart place. It is most set apart. The guilt offering is like the sin offering. There is one Torah for them both. The priest who makes atonement with it, it is his. And the priest who brings anyone's ascending offering, the skin of the ascending offering which he has brought is the priest, it is his. And every grain offering that is baked in the oven, and all that is prepared in the stewing pot or on a griddle, is the priest who brings it, it is his. And every grain offering mixed with oil or dry is for all the sons of Aaron, for all alike. And this is the Torah of the slaughtering of peace offerings, which is brought to Yahweh. If he brings it for a thanksgiving, then he shall bring with the slaughter. Sweating over here. You shall bring with the slaughtering of thanksgiving unleavened cakes mixed with oil, and unleavened thin cakes anointed with oil, or cakes of finely blended flour mixed with oil. Besides the cakes, he brings as his offering leavened bread, together with the slaughterings of thanksgiving of his peace offerings. And from it he shall bring 1 cake from each offering as a contribution to Yahweh. To the priest who sprinkles the blood of the peace offerings, it is his. As for the flesh of the slaughtering of his peace offerings for thanksgiving, it is eaten the same day it is offered. He does not leave any of it until morning. And if the slaughtering he brings is a vow or a voluntary offering, it is eaten the same day that he brings his slaughtering, and what is left of it is eaten the next day. But whatever is left of the flesh of the slaughtering on the 3rd day is burned with fire. However, if any of the flesh of the slaughtering of his peace offerings is eaten at all on the 3rd day, it is not accepted. It is not reckoned to him who brings it. It is unclean to him, and the being who eats of it bears his crookedness. And the flesh that touches that which is unclean is not eaten. It is burned with fire. And as for the clean flesh, all who are clean eat of it. But the being who eats the flesh of the slaughtering of peace offerings that belong to Yahweh, while he is unclean, that being shall be cut off from his people. And when a being who touches that which is unclean, of the uncleanness of man, or of the uncleanness of beast, or of any unclean abomination, and shall eat the flesh of the slaughtering of peace offerings that belongs to Yahweh, that being shall be cut off from his people. And Yahweh spoke to Moshe, saying, Speak to the children of Israel, saying, Do not eat any fat of bull or sheep or goat, and the fat of a dead body, and the fat of what is torn is used for any purpose, but you do not eat it at all. For whoever eats the fat of the beast of which men bring as an offering made by fire to Yahweh, even the being who eats it shall be cut off from his people. And do not eat any blood in any of your dwellings, of bird or of beast. Any being who eats any blood, even that being shall be cut off from his people. And Yahweh spoke to Moshe, saying, Speak to the children of Israel, saying, He who brings his slaughterings of peace offerings to Yahweh brings his offering to Yahweh from the slaughtering of his peace offerings. With his own hands he brings the offering made by fire to Yahweh. He brings the fat with the breast to be waved as a wave offering before Yahweh. And the priest shall burn the fat on the slaughter place, but the breast shall be Aaron's and his sons. And the right thigh you give to the priest as a contribution from the slaughtering of your peace offerings. He among the sons of Aaron who brings the blood of the peace offerings and the fat for the right thigh is his for a portion. For the breast of the wave offering and the thigh of the contribution I have taken from the children of Israel, from the slaughterings of their peace offerings, and I give them to Aaron the priest and to his sons as a law forever from the children of Israel. This is the anointed portion for Aaron and the anointed portion for his sons from the offerings made by fire to Yahweh on the day when Moshe presented them to serve as priests to Yahweh, which Yahweh commanded to be given to them by the children of Israel on the day that he anointed them, a law forever throughout their generations. This is the Torah of the ascending offering, of the grain offering, and of the sin offering, and of the guilt offering, and of the ordinations, and of the slaughtering of peace offerings, which Yahweh commanded Moshe on Mount Sinai on the day when he commanded the children of Israel to bring their offerings to Yahweh in the wilderness of Sinai. Really crazy, but that's the end of Leviticus 7. And we're going to pause right there because I need a fan or something.